The moon cast a gentle silver glow over the small coastal town of Seabrook, its waves whispering secrets to the shore. In this serene setting, Ellie Sanders found herself tangled in a web of emotions she hadn't anticipated. Ellie was a woman of passion and resilience, having dedicated her life to her small but thriving bakery, Ellie's Sweet Haven. She was known for her warm smile, her kindness, and her irresistible pastries. Life in Seabrook was simple and predictable, just the way she liked it. However, everything changed when Gabe Montgomery returned to town. Gabe had been Ellie's high school sweetheart, the boy who made her heart race with a single glance. They had shared dreams of traveling the world together, but those dreams were shattered when Gabe left for college on a football scholarship, leaving Ellie behind. Years passed without a word, and Ellie moved on, or at least she thought she had. One fateful summer evening, Ellie was closing up her bakery when she heard the bell above the door chime. She looked up, expecting to see a last-minute customer, but instead, she saw Gabe standing there, his familiar blue eyes locking onto hers. Time seemed to stand still as memories of their past flooded back. Gabe had changed. His once boyish features were now rugged and mature, but his smile was still the same. "Ellie," he said softly, his voice carrying a mixture of nostalgia and regret. "It's been a long time." Ellie felt a rush of emotions she couldn't quite place. Anger, hurt, and a flicker of something she hadn't felt in years. "Gabe," she replied, her voice steady despite the storm brewing inside her. "What brings you back to Seabrook?" "I needed a break from the city," Gabe admitted, running a hand through his dark hair. "And I missed this place. And you." Ellie felt her heart skip a beat, but she quickly composed herself. "Well, Seabrook hasn't changed much. I'm sure you'll find it just as you left it." Gabe smiled, a hint of sadness in his eyes. "I hope so. Would you like to catch up? Maybe over coffee?" Ellie hesitated, but the curiosity and unresolved feelings won out. "Sure," she agreed, "but I'm choosing the place." The next morning, they met at the Lighthouse Cafe, a cozy spot by the beach known for its breathtaking sunrise views. They sat by the window, the early morning light casting a warm glow around them. As they sipped their coffee, they talked about their lives, filling in the gaps left by years of silence. Gabe spoke of his football career, which had been cut short by an injury, and his subsequent journey into sports management. Ellie shared her experiences of building her bakery from scratch, the ups and downs of running a business, and the joy she found in creating delicious treats for the community. As the conversation flowed, the initial awkwardness faded, replaced by the familiar comfort they once shared. Gabe couldn't help but admire Ellie's strength and determination. "You've done amazing things, Ellie. I'm so proud of you." Ellie felt a warmth spread through her at his words. "Thank you, Gabe, but enough about me. What about you? How have you been coping with everything?" Gabe looked out at the ocean, his expression contemplative. "It's been tough. I had everything I thought I wanted, but something was always missing. Coming back here, seeing you, it's made me realize how much I left behind." Ellie felt a pang of sympathy for him. Life has a way of surprising us, doesn't it? Sometimes we need to lose something to find what's truly important. Their eyes met, and in that moment, Ellie knew she was falling for him all over again. But she also knew that the road to healing and forgiveness wouldn't be easy. Over the next few weeks, Gabe became a regular at Ellie's bakery, helping out whenever he could and charming the customers with his easygoing nature. The townspeople were curious about the rekindled connection between Ellie and Gabe, but they were happy to see the spark in Ellie's eyes. One evening, as they were closing up, Gabe surprised Ellie with a picnic on the beach. They sat on a blanket, watching the sunset paint the sky with hues of orange and pink. The sound of the waves created a soothing backdrop as they shared stories and laughter. Gabe turned to Ellie, his expression serious. "Ellie, I know I hurt you when I left. I was young and foolish, and I thought I had to chase my dreams alone. But being back here with you, I've realized that my dreams mean nothing without you in them." Ellie's heart swelled with emotion. "Gabe, I won't lie. It took me a long time to get over you, but seeing you again, spending time with you, It's brought back feelings I thought were long gone. Gabe reached out, gently taking her hand. Ellie, I want to make things right. I want to be the man you deserve, the one who stands by your side through thick and thin. Will you give me a chance to prove that I've changed? Ellie looked into his eyes, seeing the sincerity and vulnerability there. She knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but she also knew that love was worth fighting for. Gabe, I'll give you a chance, but we'll take it one day at a time. Gabe smiled, his eyes lighting up with hope. That's all I ask, Ellie, one day at a time. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the beach, Ellie and Gabe sat in comfortable silence, their hearts full of the promise of a new beginning. They knew that the journey ahead would be filled with challenges, but they were ready to face them together, hand in hand. For in the quiet town of Seabrook, amidst the whispers of the waves and the glow of the moon, a love once lost had been found again. Days turned into weeks, and Ellie and Gabe's relationship grew stronger. They spent their evenings walking along the beach, talking about their hopes and dreams. Gabe found solace in the simplicity of Seabrook, far from the chaos of the city. Ellie, in turn, found herself rediscovering the joy of companionship, something she had buried deep within her heart. One sunny afternoon, as Ellie was preparing a batch of her famous blueberry muffins, Gabe walked into the bakery with a bouquet of wildflowers. He had spent the morning helping at the local community center and had brought the flowers as a token of his appreciation for her support. "For you," he said, handing her the bouquet with a shy smile. "I saw these and thought of you." Ellie blushed, her heart fluttering. "Thank you, Gabe. They're beautiful." They stood there for a moment, the aroma of freshly baked goods mingling with the scent of the flowers. Gabe leaned in, his lips brushing against Ellie's cheek. "I love you, Ellie," he whispered. Ellie felt tears prick her eyes. She had waited so long to hear those words. "I love you too, Gabe," she replied, her voice filled with emotion. Their kiss was tender and sweet, sealing the promise of a future together. As they pulled away, Ellie knew that this was just the beginning of their journey. They had overcome so much to be together, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. That evening, as they sat on the porch of Ellie's cottage, watching the stars twinkle above, Gabe took her hand. "Ellie, I have something to tell you." Ellie turned to him, her heart racing. "What is it, Gabe?" "I've been offered a job in Seabrook," he said, his eyes shining with excitement. "It's a great opportunity, and it means I can stay here with you." Ellie's heart leapt with joy. "Oh, Gabe, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for you." Gabe pulled her into his arms, holding her close. "I want to build a life with you, Ellie. I want us to be together, here in Seabrook." Ellie felt a sense of peace wash over her. "I want that too, Gabe, more than anything." As they sat there, wrapped in each other's embrace, they knew that their love was strong enough to withstand anything. They had found their way back to each other, and nothing could tear them apart. The weeks that followed were filled with joy and excitement as Gabe settled into his new job and Ellie continued to run her bakery. They made plans for the future, dreaming of the life they would build together. The townspeople welcomed Gabe with open arms, happy to see Ellie so happy. One Saturday morning, as Ellie was setting up for the weekly farmers market, Gabe appeared with a mischievous grin on his face. "I have a surprise for you," he said, taking her hand. Ellie looked at him curiously. "What is it?" Gabe led her to a booth at the market where a jeweler was displaying a collection of handmade jewelry. "Pick out a ring," he said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. Ellie's heart skipped a beat. "Gabe, are you serious?" Gabe nodded, his expression earnest. "I want to marry you, Ellie. I want to spend the rest of my life with you." Tears filled Ellie's eyes as she looked at the rings. She chose a simple, elegant band with a small sapphire, the color of Gabe's eyes. "I love it," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. Gabe slipped the ring onto her finger, sealing their promise of forever. The market bustled around them, but in that moment, it felt like they were the only two people in the world. Their engagement was met with joy and celebration from their friends and family. Ellie and Gabe spent their days planning their wedding and dreaming of their future. They knew that life would bring its challenges, but they were ready to face them together, hand in hand. The day of their wedding dawned bright and clear, the sun casting a golden glow over Seabrook. Ellie stood in front of the mirror, her heart pounding with excitement. She wore a simple white dress, her hair adorned with wildflowers. Her reflection showed a woman who had found love and happiness, a woman who was ready to start a new chapter in her life. Her best friend and maid of honor, Lily, stood by her side, a smile of pride on her face. "You look beautiful, Ellie," she said, giving her a hug. "Gabe is a lucky man." Ellie smiled, her eyes shining with happiness. "Thank you, Lily. I can't believe this is happening." As the ceremony began, Ellie walked down the aisle, her heart filled with love and anticipation. Gabe stood at the altar, his eyes locked onto hers, a look of pure adoration on his face. They exchanged vows, promising to love and cherish each other for the rest of their lives. As they shared their first kiss as husband and wife, the crowd erupted in applause. Ellie and Gabe looked out at their friends and family, their hearts full of gratitude and love. They had found their way back to each other, and nothing could tear them apart. The reception was a joyous celebration, filled with laughter, dancing, and delicious food. Ellie and Gabe's love story had come full circle, and they knew that their journey was just beginning. They danced under the stars, the soft glow of lanterns casting a magical light around them. As the night came to an end, Ellie and Gabe stood on the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore. They held each other close, their hearts beating in unison. "I love you, Ellie," Gabe whispered, his voice filled with emotion. "Thank you for giving me a second chance." Ellie smiled, her eyes brimming with tears. "I love you too, Gabe, and I wouldn't have it any other way." As they stood there, wrapped in each other's embrace, they knew that their love was a beacon of hope, guiding them through whatever challenges lay ahead. They had found their way back to each other, and their love would continue to grow, stronger and deeper with each passing day. For in the quiet town of Seabrook, amidst the whispers of the waves and the glow of the moon, a love once lost had been found again. And this time, it was forever. As the months passed, Ellie and Gabe settled into married life, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They found joy in the simple moments, like cooking dinner together, taking long walks on the beach, and cuddling on the couch as they watched the sunset. Their love was a source of strength and comfort, a constant reminder of the journey they had taken to find each other again. One evening, as they sat on the porch of their cozy cottage, Ellie looked at Gabe, her heart full of gratitude. "I can't believe how much has changed in such a short time," she said, her voice soft and reflective. Gabe squeezed her hand, a smile playing on his lips. "Life has a funny way of surprising us, doesn't it? But I'm grateful for every moment, especially the ones I get to spend with you." Ellie leaned her head against his shoulder, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. "I am too, Gabe. You've brought so much joy and love into my life." Gabe kissed the top of her head, his heart swelling with love. "And you've done the same for me, Ellie. I can't imagine my life without you." As they sat there, wrapped in each other's embrace, they knew that their love was a gift, one that they would cherish and nurture for the rest of their lives. They had found their way back to each other, and nothing could tear them apart. The seasons changed, and with them came new adventures and challenges. Ellie and Gabe faced each obstacle with unwavering support and love for each other. They celebrated their victories, big and small, and found comfort in each other's arms during difficult times. One crisp autumn day, as they walked hand in hand through the vibrant foliage of Seabrook's nature trail, Gabe turned to Ellie, his eyes filled with excitement. "Ellie, there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about." Ellie looked at him curiously. "What is it, Gabe?" Gabe took a deep breath, his heart pounding with anticipation. "I've been thinking a lot about our future, and I was wondering, how would you feel about starting a family?" Ellie's heart skipped a beat. She had always dreamed of having children, but she hadn't dared to hope that it could become a reality. "Gabe, are you sure?" Gabe nodded, his eyes shining with love. "I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I want to build a future with you, and I can't think of anything more wonderful than raising a family together." Tears of joy filled Ellie's eyes as she threw her arms around Gabe. "Oh, Gabe, I would love that. I want to have a family with you too." As they stood there, holding each other close, they knew that their love was about to embark on a new and exciting chapter. They had faced so much together, and they were ready to welcome the joys and challenges of parenthood with open hearts. The months that followed were filled with anticipation and excitement as Ellie and Gabe prepared for the arrival of their first child. They decorated the nursery, attended prenatal classes, and shared their hopes and dreams for their growing family. Their love grew even stronger as they supported each other through the ups and downs of pregnancy, their bond deepening with each passing day. Finally, the day arrived when Ellie went into labor. Gabe was by her side every step of the way, holding her hand and whispering words of encouragement. After hours of labor, their baby girl was born, a beautiful and healthy bundle of joy. As Ellie held their daughter in her arms, tears streamed down her face. "She's perfect, Gabe," she whispered, her voice filled with awe. Gabe looked at his wife and daughter, his heart overflowing with love. "She is, Ellie, just like her mother." They named their daughter Grace, a symbol of the love and hope that had brought them together. As they looked into her tiny, innocent eyes, they knew that their lives had been forever changed. The years that followed were a whirlwind of laughter, tears, and precious moments. Ellie and Gabe embraced the challenges of parenthood, supporting each other through sleepless nights and endless diaper changes. They watched in awe as Grace grew, her bright smile and curious nature a constant source of joy. Through it all, Ellie and Gabe's love remained steadfast and unwavering. They found strength in each other during difficult times and celebrated the milestones and achievements of their growing family. Their love had been tested and proven true, a beacon of hope and resilience that guided them through life's twists and turns. One evening, as they sat on the porch, watching Grace play in the yard, Gabe turned to Ellie, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Ellie, I can't thank you enough for giving me this life. You've made all my dreams come true." Ellie smiled, her heart overflowing with love. "And you've given me the greatest gift of all, Gabe, a family to love and cherish." As they sat there, hand in hand, watching the sunset paint the sky with hues of orange and pink, they knew that their love story was far from over. They had found their way back to each other, and their love had grown stronger with each passing day. Together, they would face whatever the future held, their hearts full of hope, joy, and unwavering love. For in the quiet town of Seabrook, amidst the whispers of the waves and the glow of the moon, a love once lost had been found again, and this time, it was forever.